Hi, this is Danielle Daws for the Alleyway Stamps. Today I've got a card showing a technique that's one of my favourites, which is Versamark Resist. I've got some snowflakes from Jolly Holiday, and I'm just stamping them randomly with Versamark onto some white glossy paper. So it's difficult to see on the video, but I've just put it into the light there so that you can see where those snowflakes are. Now I'm using my Fiskars stamp press. The reason that I'm using that is because it helps to keep everything steady, because when you're stamping onto glossy paper it tends to slide around a little bit, so the stamp press just makes it stay steady so that I can just concentrate on getting the image down, so I'm not worried about it sliding everywhere. So you can see that I'm just randomly putting them on there. I'm not worried too much about what kind of pattern I'm creating. I'm just getting snowflakes all across this panel. Now obviously you can't see in the video here where the snowflakes are. You will in a moment once I dry it, but I can see from where I'm standing where those snowflakes are ending up. So it's not like I'm just putting them on randomly hoping that they'll land in the right place. I do actually know where they're going. So I should be coming up to the last couple of snowflakes. You can see it's a pretty quick process. This kind of technique is really great if you're doing multiple cards. So if, say for coming up for Christmas, if you wanted to do a whole stack of cards, this one is a great one to do because you can do the technique panels all at once and then put your cards together so you can do them as a little production line. So you can see there just where the Versamark snowflakes are. And so what I'm going to do now is use my heat gun to just speed up the drying process. The other way to do it is to leave it just to dry on its own. I tend to use my heat gun just because it's quicker. Now chipped sapphire is the distress ink that I'm going to be using over this, and I'm just going to put it all over. So you can see I'm just tapping it over. I've left a tiny portion there for where my fingers are holding on to because I'm not intending on using this entire panel. And you want to have some paper towel close by because the next thing that you're going to do is wipe it off. It's really simple, really easy, and it has quite a cool effect. So what I'm going to do after this bit is I'm going to simply mount that panel, which I've cut to size. I'm going to mount that onto some black cardstock, then put those on a white square card and add a sentiment, because I really want just that technique to be the focus, to just allow that to pop off the page. So using some double-sided tape there, I'm going to peel back just the corners, just 2 alternate corners, so that I can get it exactly where I want it on my back piece and make sure that it's centered properly before I stick it down. It's a really cool trick to be able to get it right in place. Another thing is usually I would run my hands over the top of it to make sure that it's nice and firmly pressed down, but with this I tend to do it on the back of it just because otherwise you can end up with fingerprints. So here's my finished card. I've got the sentiment on vellum. Thanks very much for watching.